Hi, this is Lucky Robin, and I am going to make a very quick meal tonight with Thrive ingredients. All you need is water, the beef slices or the beef dices, and the Espagnole sauce. Usually I use the smaller ones because, quite frankly, I have had some issues getting the bigger ones completely hydrated. It takes about twice as long as what they recommend, and you have to completely submerge it, and you need to flip your container over so the stuff on the top gets as wet as the stuff on the bottom. But with those tricks, I find that this works. However, I'm still going to break these pieces down a little bit smaller than they are. Not as small as the diced beef, which is that size in comparison. Well, it's that size in comparison to that size. I don't need to break them down as small as the little ones, but I do break them down, the bigger chunks, just because I want to make sure it's completely fully hydrated, because there's nothing worse than biting into one of these and the center is still freeze-dried. Alright, so I've broken the pieces pretty much in half. They're still bigger than the little ones, but they're a lot more likely to rehydrate. Now, the container says 15 to 20 minutes. I've never had these fully rehydrate in 15 to 20 minutes. It's been a little closer to 40 minutes. And I use boiling water, which helps. It seems to help it rehydrate faster than cold water. I don't put any seasoning in this one because the big ones are seasoned with salt, just salt. So it doesn't need seasoning. These are actually very flavorful. So I'm going to cover. And you want a really, really good seal, because you're going to need to be able to flip this over and not have it leak everywhere. So I flip it every 10 minutes for 40 minutes. Alright, so the beef is completely rehydrated. That's something that I always check before draining. You just squeeze a few pieces, make sure that they feel soft through and don't have a hard center. Okay. Now, when you drain the water off the meat, you want to keep it. You don't want to dump it. There's a lot of good broth in there. I'm going to fill this the rest of the way up to 4 cups of water. Alright, so I filled this rest of the way up to 4 cups. And if we had dumped out the water the beef hydrated in, we'd lose all the flavor of the beef that soaked into the water. So, okay, so we're going to take the Espagnole sauce, and I need 2/3 cup powder for my 4 cups of water. And we're just going to stir that in. Usually I use a bigger container, but the larger container is dirty right now in the dishwasher. So just have to be very careful. Getting it all stirred together so that you can no longer see powder. Alright, once the powder is completely stirred in, and we're going to take this over to the skillet and warm everything up. We're going to turn our skillet on to 300, and we're going to pour the sauce in. This is a beef gravy is what Espanol sauce is. And we want to bring this up to a boil and then turn it down, add the meat, and simmer for a few minutes until the meat is warmed through and the gravy has thickened. Alright, it's come to a boil, so now I am going to add in the beef. And we use a lot of gravy in our family, so you could probably get by with making less if you aren't a heavy gravy family. But we like it this way. And the 2 cups of beef is the equivalent of 1 pound. So just having the extra gravy helps it stretch a little further as well. Alright, I'm going to let this simmer for about 3 minutes, and that should warm the beef completely through. Okay, there we go, this is done. And all we need to do is put it over some instant mashed potatoes, and there's dinner, along with a bag of steamed broccoli from the microwave. 15 minutes of hands-on time, that's it, and it's delicious. Now if you would like a thicker gravy than this, you can use a whole cup of the Espanol sauce to the 4 cups of water instead of 2/3 cup. Okay, here we go with the taste test. Although I've made this several times, so I know it's good. I'm perfectly hydrated. So yeah, it does take a little longer. I don't care what they say. But it is worth it. Very good, very flavorful.